I finally got a PS4! Yeah! Hi guys, welcome to Nerd Bites, and this is going to be my review for Assassin's Creed Unity. That's right, thank you to my lovely fiancée and my family. I now am the proud owner of a PlayStation 4, which means I can finally play some PlayStation 4 games and review them. Yes! Now obviously with game reviews it's going to be a little bit different to regular reviews because I'm not going to be able to review it the second the game comes out. One, because I can't afford it, and two, I have to be able to play through the game first, and I can't just do that in the space of a week. I need to have a few weeks to do so. So reviews will come for games, but they'll come a little bit later than when the game was actually released. Before we begin, there will be some spoilers. Not a lot of them, but there will be some. I will be spoiling a few characters or a few little storylines and plots and details. So play the game first, then come back and see my review. So, Assassin's Creed Unity, the next Assassin's Creed game. Obviously we've got Syndicate coming up as well, but this, for me, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good game. Probably not the best one I've ever played, but certainly by no means the worst, as everyone else kept saying, that there was really unbearable glitch problems and stuff like that. I mean, yes, there were some glitches and some issues and stuff like that, but nothing that annoyed me that much that I couldn't bear playing the game. It was passable stuff that glitched in other games before. I've had it before in other games. It's just working out the bugs. I don't think it was as drastic as everyone was saying, and I still enjoyed the game. Obviously it's set in the French Revolution, which is pretty damn awesome. I was looking forward to getting into that. It's a nice bloody part of history. You play as Arno, just a young assassin type of character that obviously goes into the Brotherhood. Then you've got his kind of love interest Elise that ends up being a Templar, which is, the story-wise, I mean, it wasn't a brilliant story. It was an alright, kind of a standard revenge story with a little bit of love twisted into it. But their chemistry was always really good, and I quite enjoyed the fact they were on opposite sides of the coin, but they had a similar goal, so they kind of helped each other out through the game. As far as the map's concerned, it is absolutely fucking incredible. It is such an awesome map. Now, it's just Paris. Obviously, with other games, we have 3 or 4 big locations, but with this, it's just one location. It's just Paris. So it's a little bit more reduced than others, but it's still a massive map, and the detail that has gone into this is mind-blowing. You can go into so many houses, there's so many characters running around and doing things, big crowds. The detail in the architecture as well is absolutely incredible. The Notre Dame looks absolutely brilliant. The scale of it is incredible. Just the graphics were brilliant. I mean, it could be me being biased with me finally getting to play a PS4 game, but I still reckon the graphics were incredible. With the kind of mechanics of everything, it's kind of the same as it always has been before, but there's a little few twists and everything. Your upgrades are pretty good. The customization in this is really quite vast, even down to the different colours you can wear with your outfits. There's so many different types of weapons you can have, heavy-handed ones, small swords, small blades, guns. There's so many different types of weapons you can have, and it's just a really nice variety because I was constantly picking different things. And you can also have all of the other outfits from the other Assassin's Creed game up in your vault as well, which is pretty a cool little twist they put into it. One of the things I really did like as well, they've added this new mechanic of a descend parkour. Obviously with your parkour thing going up to the buildings, nice and easy, and it still flows really nice. But one of the things they added in was really good was the fact that you could descend really quickly. Because obviously with the other games you kind of had to just either jump off or jump down and pray that, get down to the bottom safely. But with this, you can descend like you would do ascending. It's just you press a button and it keeps going down and down and down all safely until you get to the ground. It's just a nice little mechanic, and I hope they keep that up. Another positive thing as well, they got rid of the kind of the abstergo, the real world kind of bits. The bit where you come out of your animus and you go wandering around a place for a little bit, do a little bit of that work and then go back into your animus. They kind of did away with that to a point. They replaced it with something else, which in my opinion was a really, really good idea, because I was bored of those things. I hate getting taken out of the game and out of the experience by going out of the animus. So with this, what they did is, yes, you kind of come out of the animus, but you're just talking to someone on a screen, and then you go through these kind of time portal things. You run with Arno in the French Revolution, you go through these portals and you get further forward in time in Paris. You go to scale the Eiffel Tower during the World War. You get to see Lady Liberty before she's delivered off to America. Just a nice little way that, although we can't have the Eiffel Tower in the real world sense, we still got to experience it quickly. And just the way they did that, and again the detail that went into it, which is really fun. It was a nice little twist, and it was a nice little bit of flavour that was added into it, and I just thought it was a really nice thing to do. As with every game, there are obviously some negatives as well. Not as many as I was thinking there was going to be. Obviously, with everybody who've been reviewing it before and saying that it's the most glitchy Assassin's Creed game ever, I didn't see it personally. It had as much glitches as any other Assassin's Creed game. But it did have a few. Some of them were a little bit annoying. Sometimes when you're trying to draw your sword, it didn't do it every time you kept pressing square. That was a bit annoying. Sometimes it just glitched when you were trying to run across and it just randomly started ascending a wall for no reason. But overall, it was nothing that really took away too much. It was a bit irritating, but it ruined my experience. The story, it was a nice length. It was a much bigger game than Assassin's Creed Rogue, which the story was just far too short with that. This was a nice, good length of story, but the story was just a kind of standard revenge story. It was nothing. The characters as well weren't that compelling enough, apart from Arno and Elise. The rest of them were just kind of like meh, really. But I wasn't that bothered about it. I still enjoyed the story. It kept wanting me to continue with it, so it was good enough. I'll be honest, this is probably the most difficult Assassin's Creed game I've ever played, purely because of two things. One, the foes are really quite hard to take down. You've really got to be quite precise with your parry and everything, your dodging. You've really got to be very precise with it. And the second one is they brought back in this health replenish thing like they did in, I think Assassin's Creed 2 was the last time they did it. Then afterwards they did away with that and you literally regain health over time. But with this you have to press a button to regain health. And I hated that. I didn't like it because I was in the middle of a fight and you're busy fighting all these people. The last thing I want to do is to have to remember to press a button to replenish my health to stay alive. I'd rather run around in circles or go and ascend a wall somewhere and get out of their way just to replenish some health naturally and then go back into the fold. It just made it easier for me, and it just, to be honest, this replenishing health didn't add anything to it. It took away because it was irritating because I was having to start from the checkpoints again and again and again because every now and then I'm forgetting to replenish my health. I thought it was a stupid idea and I didn't see the point in bringing it back. I hope they don't bring it back in Syndicate, but I assume they're probably going to go ahead and carry on with it anyway. I can deal with it. I got used to it more near the end of the game, but it was just kind of annoying having to do it, really. Just a bit of a pet peeve, really. So I thought the game overall was a really pretty good game, although in places it's a little bit unfinished. Overall I thought it was a good game. It really encapsulated the era. It made Paris look so epic, so detailed. The characters were kind of meh apart from obviously the main two, but overall the story was good, everything worked, bar a couple of glitches. I thought it was a good game. I really did. It's definitely not the worst Assassin's Creed game, not by a long stretch, and I think it's probably my favourite standalone Assassin's Creed game, and by that I mean the one doesn't have a number attached to it. I think it's probably my favourite one. I mean, originally it was Rogue even though it was short, but with this I think it was better. It really worked for the next gen. So overall, Assassin's Creed Unity, I enjoyed it and I'm going to have to give it 4 stars. So that's my review on Assassin's Creed Unity. What did you think about Assassin's Creed Unity? Let me know down in the comments or send me an email. You can also find me on the various social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and moviepilot.com. Just type in Nerdbytes anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. And of course, keep it nerdy.